What's up? I've been using this tiny 25-liter backpack traveling all around the world for the past 5 years. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like about this bag, and if I'm going to continue using it in the future. Let's get into it. All right, so what is this bag? This bag is the Binh Synapse 25 meaning 25-liter capacity. It's not very big. It's about the size of like a school backpack for high school or university. And yeah, it's been doing a great job of keeping all of my stuff safe for the past 5 years. Incredible. So how about the durability of this bag? Is this bag durable? Well, I've been using this bag for 5 years, throwing it around on planes, trains, motorbike taxis, tuk-tuks, going through the bush, going through the jungle, going through the city, putting this bag to the test in all situations, even having it being completely submerged in water. And this bag, I can tell you, is incredibly durable. It's made out of this, some kind of cordura or nylon material, which is like similar grade to what the military uses. All right, this fabric is no joke. If you stab this bag with a knife, I guarantee you it would not pierce it. This bag has no holes on the outside or on the inside. No holes. 5 years, this bag has no holes. Incredible. Let's take a look at the zippers here. As we can see, the zippers have started to acquire some kind of blue color on here, some kind of blue rust, which I thought rust was only like an orange-red color like this. I didn't realize it could be blue. But yeah, the zippers have started to acquire some kind of blue color, but that has not affected the functionality. As you can see, I just slid that right open. It's kind of hard to do with one hand because these zippers are very beefy, which I like. But yeah, hasn't affected the functionality at all. They all work perfectly. Haven't had any trouble opening or closing anything, and they don't seem like they're going to break anytime soon. I'm very optimistic that these zippers will stay strong for a while. They just are starting to have this noticeable color, and that's probably my fault, you know, for having it out in so many different weather conditions. But yeah, no problem opening or closing any of the zippers. Yeah. Now this bag is marketed as water resistant, not waterproof, and I would say that's pretty accurate description, because I have had this thing, I've swam with this thing on my back. All right, I've hiked in some trails and waterfalls in Vietnam where the water, you know, got pretty deep, and if you wanted to keep going up the path, I had to basically swim and take this thing in the water, holding it above my head while I swim with one hand, or having it on my back while I swim. And the water has gotten all over this thing, and with all the zippers closed, I have to say there have been a few times where all of the stuff inside my bag has stayed completely dry. Even though this bag is not marketed as waterproof, just water resistant, but on the main zipper here, it does have some waterproof lining on the inside of the zipper. And yeah, I have to say, this bag does a really good job of keeping the water out. If I was caught in the rain with this bag, I would really not be worried, because it's very water resistant. Now, if you're getting caught in like, you know, a monsoon, or this thing gets tossed into the ocean, your stuff's probably gonna get wet. So, you know, that's why I don't go on these crazy hikes with my laptop or something super valuable in the bag. But it's kept my phone dry, it's kept, you know, food and clothes dry. It's just at the bottom here, when this part gets submerged underwater for a long time, then yeah, your stuff's gonna get wet. And like they say, it's not marketed as waterproof, just water resistant. And I would say it does a pretty good job of resisting water. So I'll go ahead and list off some pros about this bag. Pro number one, I would say, is very comfortable. This back panel that they have, this mesh back panel, is very breathable. The straps are absolutely perfect. It's just kind of like I don't know what that is in inches, but maybe almost an inch thick foam here. Very simple, but they're contoured. As you can see, they got this curve. So just these like very just medium thickness straps with the mesh makes for a very comfortable combination. And then they got this back panel here, but it's very breathable. So yeah, the bag is super comfortable to wear. So yeah, it's comfy. Pro number 2 is the functionality of this bag. And what I mean is just like the orientation of the pockets. And after years and years of using this thing, I've just gotten used to where everything is. So just being able to open, you know, this pocket and know exactly like, okay, my portable battery is gonna be here, or open this pocket and I know my chopsticks are gonna be here, or open this pocket and I know all my cables are gonna be here. Just like knowing where everything is, and the functionality of the different pockets, yeah, it's just like super convenient, and it makes everything just like a really fast and easy to use experience. Pro number 3 is durable. Already went over that, enough said. Pro number 4 is very low profile. So this bag doesn't really look like anything special. It doesn't look like a Gucci bag or a Louis bag or something that someone would want to steal. I've never seen anyone like attempt to steal this bag, and to be fair, I've always like kept a good track of it. I don't just like leave it around usually, but I've never seen anyone try to open it or steal it because it just doesn't really look very interesting. It just looks like a plain backpack for university or something. And yeah, so it's low profile, it's low key, it doesn't attract a lot of attention, so I like that. And pro number 5, it's tiny, it's lightweight, and as I always say, it forces me to question myself and say, hey, do you really need that? Do you really need to bring that? Because honestly, I think maybe I don't need to bring more than what I can fit in this bag. So this bag, it kind of forces me to just like not bring that extra whatever emergency thing, you know. It just makes me reconsider, and I like that. So I like how small it is. Yeah. Oh, and another pro is that I've never had to check this bag, obviously, because it always has fit into carry-on compliance. I've always carried this on, never checked it. So yeah, that's another pro. Never had to check this bag. All right, so let's talk about some cons. Everything has pros, everything has cons, duality and everything. So first con I would say is that it's not 100% waterproof, and that would be so cool if it was. It's so nice if you just have like a bag that's got, you know, the complete waterproof zipper that like clicks in. There's a bag I'm looking at that I'm considering getting called the Breakwater Supply Fogland, I think it's called. It's also 25 liter and it's completely waterproof. It can be fully submerged. I've seen a ton of videos on it. Looks really cool. I might get it and check it out, but I'm not sure if that will be the bag that replaces this bag or not. We will see. But yeah, I just wish this bag was waterproof. That way I could just take it, you know, and really be really rough with it in the rain and when I'm hiking in a waterfalls, and, you know, not worry about things getting wet, because still my stuff can get wet while using this bag. Con number 2 is the lack of like outside attachments accessibility. So what I mean by that is, on the outside of this bag, the only place to attach something is this little loop here at the bottom. And what this loop, I believe, is designed for is like for people when you're riding a bicycle and you attach like a little reflector on here, so that way you put the bag on your back when you're riding a bicycle and someone shines like a car light or something, it reflects on the little reflector. So that's what I think that's for. But I wish it had like 3 loops or like more loops here on the bottom to be able to, you know, hang a tent or like a sleeping pad or something. Or if it had like, you know, a loop here and a loop here to hang like a tripod or something. Just wish it had more like somewhere where I could store something on the outside, but it doesn't have that. Now they do have other Tom Binh bags that do have those kind of outside loops, but unfortunately Synapse does not. And honestly, those are really the only cons that I have with this bag. I know, only 2 cons. The third thing I would say is that I wish the zippers went down all the way so it opened like fully clamshell. But honestly, it opens like 75% of the way anyway. It's not really that big of a deal for me. I did think of another pro though. I just forgot it. What was the pro? Oh yeah, the other pro is that I can use this bag as a day bag. So that's what I've always done. This bag is so small that I'll show you. When I get to wherever I'm going, let's say I'm traveling to India. I went to India a few months ago. So I'm going to India, I get to my hotel room, take all my stuff out of the bag, put it on the bed or put it in the locker, whatever. And this bag is small enough to use as a day pack. I mean, look at that. It's like the size of like a normal day pack, but it's my bag that I use for everything. You can see, I can move fast. Yeah, got a shoulder strap just to like tighten everything in, and yeah, man. That's one of the things I love most about this bag is that you can travel with it as your main bag, get to the hotel, take all your stuff out, and then you can run around the city with it. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel like you're carrying a big bag. It just feels like you're carrying a normal little backpack on your back. I've used this thing more in a day pack scenario, day hiking and day trips, than I have, you know, carrying all my stuff in it. So really, I know this bag as like a day pack. Yeah, this thing is awesome. What can I say? Now for the big question, am I going to continue using this bag as my main backpack for traveling the world? And the answer is, I don't really know yet. Like I said, I'm going to check out that Breakwater Supply Fogland 25 liter. I'm gonna play around with it, see how I feel, and return it if I don't like it. That bag, because it's fully waterproof, may end up replacing this bag as my travel bag, because I only want to travel with one bag. I don't want to travel with 2 bags. It just becomes a hassle. When you have 2 bags, then eventually you will have 2 bags filled with stuff. That's just how it works. So I really just want to use 1 bag. So the next trip that I have planned is I'm going to Greece in September for a breathwork retreat and training. More on that later. But that's where I'm going to Greece in September, and I need a tent. I'm going to be camping for the whole duration of this 21-day retreat and training, and I need a tent. So I got this tent from Nemo. REI was having this big sale, and I had my eye on this tent for a long time. Couldn't pass it up. It's 2 pounds, really small, really lightweight. And yeah, I just set it up once. It seems big enough for me. And so this tent fits inside this bag. It does fit. And actually, if I put this tent in the bottom of the bag, seems like there's actually plenty of space inside here still. But that means I just, you know, the tent is taking up space down here. So I've never traveled with a tent inside this bag before. So that's gonna be very interesting to see, like, how, you know, I'm gonna have to remove some stuff. And to be fair, I already have some stuff from my last trip that I'm taking out, some stuff that I'm not bringing with me next time. But I just need to be really strategic bringing this tent in this bag. I'm gonna have less room for my clothes, for my electronics, for everything I own. So it's gonna be a challenge, and it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, there will be certainly an update before I go to Greece about all the gear that I'm bringing for this next journey with a tent. So it's gonna be really interesting. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, so that's it. This has been my 5-year review of the Binh Synapse 25. Maybe it'll be 25 years. Maybe that's why it's called the Synapse 25, because I'll end up using this thing for 25 years. But right now, I've been using this thing for 5 years, since 2019. It's 2024 now. And this thing just keeps going strong, and it just keeps asking for more. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this purchase, I'll say that. Money well spent. Check out Tom Binh. They got an assortment of cool bags, and they got this bag in a ton of different colors, outside and inside. They are on the pricey side, but as you can see, this bag has held up for 5 years, no holes, zippers working fine, and everything going strong. So shout out to Tom Binh, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this 5-year review. If you did, smash that like. You know it helps the channel. Smash it, and consider becoming a member of my Patreon, because that is a good way to support me as an independent content creator. I upload exclusive reviews, videos, and photo content on my Patreon, so consider subscribing to that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.